how to defend yourself against an attack. And we're going to talk about all kinds of attacks, multiple attackers, knife attack, attack from a bigger opponent. But we're going to be using your basic walking cane or your self-defense cane, combat cane, tactical cane, any kind of cane that you would use every day, take with you anywhere you go, would have this here, a crook on the one side, and the long shaft on the other side. You lean your body on it. It's a walking tool. It's an ambulatory tool. It helps you get around. Medical device. That's basically what we're talking about. Using a medical device that also doubles for self-defense that anyone, including you, can carry with you anywhere you go. We warm up the body with this basic spin. It's in my hand. My hand is closed, but not gripping. I'm not holding it tight. I'm just keeping it closed so it doesn't come out. And I'm going to crank it around, turning in this motion in order to get the heat of my body up. I'm going to generate heat in my body so that I can lean out a little bit faster. I want you to become fighting fit using your walking cane or your self-defense cane. This is a cane master's cane. Any kind of cane that you can use in this fashion to improve, I gotta move over a little bit, improve your basic fitness. Being able to defend yourself, everyone says it's 90% mental. I know you've heard that. I want you to think of it in a different way though. I think the mental part is very important. That's why they say that. But it's not 90% mental, it's 90% physical. Get your body healthy, strong, able to move around better, no matter where you start from. These exercises will help you do that. After you finish with one hand, go on to the other hand. I want 30 seconds here, just cranking it around. Slow it down just a little bit. Again, you're not gripping it tightly. It's closed and relaxed. The long side comes out of your thumb and you turn just like you're churning butter. You know what that even looks like. If you're as old as me, you know what that looks like. Or you're starting one of those old-timey cars, right? You're cranking it around, slow as smooth, smooth as fast, gradually increasing speed. Now this motion here is going to create a lot of tension in here, meaning you're gonna squeeze your abdominal muscles tight, your back muscles. We call that the core. Your core is getting stronger by doing this motion. Go across and back, from side to side, across the body. Think of a slab across the face, a backhand. Good morning and good evening. It's morning or evening anywhere, right? In afternoon. It's good morning here. We're getting close to afternoon. But you're just going back and forth, slow as smooth, smooth as fast. This is a Cane Masters Dojo training cane. I put the link below if you want to see it, but this is a heavier oak cane. So when you do this motion with the heavier cane, you really start to put stress on the joints in a really positive way that's going to improve your basic strength, your overall fighting fitness. And I want you to get fighting fit as much as you can. Even from the first time you pick up a cane for self-defense, I want you to be able to fight from behind it, striking, jabbing, raking it across, and then using different types of techniques with basic principles of self-defense with your walking cane. And as you go through training from your first day forward, gradually increasing your strength and your speed. So after this basic warm-up move, I want to go into a slow, shallow, not deep, feet apart squatting motion assisted by your cane. You're going to use your walking cane or your self-defense cane, going down and up, bending the elbows, and you're pushing, you're literally taking the weight off of the legs so that you have some more strength. Good. That's awesome. He's a great guy. I was talking to him last week. He said that he hadn't heard much from my audience. And I believe him. I believe that's true. But maybe it's just because he didn't know that we know each other, you and I. So if you talk to him next time, say, hey, I got here, or I saw your Cane Master's cane on that Pasquinelli guy on his videos. Do this for 30 seconds. And the reason is I want you to get the legs pumping stronger. All of the techniques, when you fight, whether it's open hand, knees, elbows, kicking, you need power in your legs. Oh, good. Yeah, just send him a text message. He texts more than he calls. Strike, jab, strike, all that thing, all those techniques need to have a strong foundation. And it's not just a strong foundation with your legs, it's also power in the muscle. when you do this muscle here or this exercise here, you're building power for that knockout punch, or in this case, knockout strike, knockout jab, knockout raking across their face. All those motions get better with stronger legs. So I really want you to get strong legs, get really, really powerful there. Emmett, I was gonna ask you something today, Emmett. It's kind of a funny joke. We'll get to it in a minute. But we're gonna go back to this motion because I really want you to burn yourself out on exercises that improve your overall cardiovascular fitness, lean your body out, and improve your striking speed and power for self-defense. In other words, I want you to have what I call stopping power. Other people probably call it stopping power too, but I've always called it, especially when I work with new students. I said, look, I want to get you up to stopping power as soon as we can, and that's going to be proper technique, and that's going to be building some strength. After another 30 seconds on each technique, pop it into the other hand, cranking around, and then over and back. And you'll see the glisten on my forehead. I'm starting to sweat. You're going to start to sweat too. This is great. If you're in shutdown, I just saw it this morning. Brian Rose, who's running for mayor of London. Brian Rose and I have a mutual friend, mutual contact, in Dan Pena, one of my mentors over in Scotland. Anyway, he's running for mayor, and he was talking this morning about level 4 shutdown. I don't even know what that means. It just doesn't sound good. So if you're stuck in level 4, level 2, level 1, any kind of quarantine shutdown, get your cane out, get your heart rate up, break a sweat, build strength and power for when you are allowed out of the house and no one has a job. Just kind of kidding, just kind of. And and everybody's desperate, and you need to be able to effectively defend yourself from the masses of desperate people. And again, I'm just kind of joking. Anyway, so we did that, both sides. We go back to another set. This is all your warm-up today. This is getting into a serious workout because I want you to have stopping power, speed, balance, coordination. We're going to talk about if you don't have a lot of strength from the start, a couple of things you can do today, no matter what your age is. And I just talked earlier this morning, one of the virtual students, we were working on how can he unlock, at 74 years old, speed in every technique. I'm going to show you some of that today. So you're going down and up again, second set. And again, remember, you're bending the elbow. Level 5, what's a level 5? I heard level 4. Sensei Emmett, by the way, if you're I'm in sunny South Florida. We're on a level, I'm going to call it level annoyance, right? Because it's kind of it's not a joke. They're making you wear a mask, but you can go anywhere you want to. When I go to the restaurants at night, they're packed. Grocery stores packed. Target, people shopping for Christmas, packed. Now returning all that junk they bought, packed. People are wearing a mask, but we know they don't really do that much. And people are everywhere. They're out everywhere. But I know, Sensei Emmett has been on lockdown. Level 5? Level 5, are you kidding me? Level 4, I thought, when Brian Rose said level 4 this morning, I thought, is that something new they made up? Some kind of draconian, ridiculous, what do they call it, dystopian? Like, the future is kind of scary measure. And you told me about a level 5. But here's my point. Then I'll get off my soapbox. Sensei Emmett he can't open his martial arts schools. So he has a channel, like I have a channel. Please, do me a favor, do him a favor. Go check out Sensei Emmett's channel and subscribe. Watch his videos. He'll get like 22 cents for every 10 videos you watch. And that might be enough for him to, make a little bit of a payment to try to hang on in level 5 until they finally let us open again. And in the meantime, get your skills going with this technique. Let's get into some strikes. And like I said, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I wanted to show you first. I got the knife back out. The spring is wearing out. Here we go. That's a nice, hear that? It's fully extended. It's razor sharp. My wife got me one for Christmas, a new knife. I'll bring it in sometimes. It's a SOG knife, but it's not spring loaded, but it's wicked sharp. I was cutting up stuff over the weekend, just playing around with it. Don't play with knives. Anyway, the point is, the wood doesn't bleed. And number two, Sensei Emmett. I Googled it or I YouTubed it, Sensei Emmett, E-M-M-E-T-T. Correct me if I'm wrong, Emmett. And he's the only one that popped up. So from here, you've got reach advantage from that blade, that wicked sharp. This knife will kill you. Going into your body, it lacerates everything. It'll slice the skin, the flesh opens up. You don't ever want to see that. You don't ever have that happen to you or be a part of that. So you have the advantage. He pops out the knife for self-defense. Like I said, level 4, level 5, they're shutting everybody down everywhere. And now you finally get out of the house sometime March, April, May. And then, here we are trying to go to the grocery store or trying to go to the liquor store. A lot of people going to the liquor store, whatever. Trying to get some groceries, trying to get some medicine, some headache medicine. And then all of a sudden, the number of homeless, and they're exploding around here, and we don't even have a level 1 shutdown. But the homelessness is through the roof. The desperation. They said last week in San Francisco, more people have died from overdoses of heroin and fentanyl than have died from the whole corona. And it's, I don't like polypropylene. I like polypropylene on my, I've got one weapon like that, the PR-24, which is the Monadnock side handle baton based on the Tonfa. And even that one, I wish that was made out of wood. I prefer wood. I'm just going to throw that out there. And I know those other things are supposed to be unbreakable or whatever, but they're also heavier. They're heavier. And one of the nicest things about this is that you nick it up, you sand it down, you put the oil in there every day, you oil it up once a week, and then you get the oil from your hands going in there. It becomes a part. There's just something about wood. I prefer wood. So yeah, I've tried the polypropylene canes, but I like these better. I have metal canes too. I like these better. Anyway, they've got the knife. You've got reach advantage. That's what I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes. They pop out that knife. There's no more thought in your mind. And this is what I want to talk about today specifically, is get your body healthy. Throw in these extra exercises between every set of strikes. Get in a set of squats, assisted squats. Your body's going to lean out faster. You're going to be so much stronger. You're going to have better coordination. And if you have any pain, it's going to heal it, right? I'm not a doctor, but he's speaking from personal experience and lots of reports from you. Now, from here, you're going to hold the cane, the hook facing back. You're going to step into or away from the threat. Either way, the cane comes between you and that attack. You and the violent attack, you and the knife, you and the multiple attackers. You're going to put this between you and them. The other hand is up and open or closed. An open hand makes a stronger guard. Open fingers make broken fingers. If they're together, they're more flexible, but don't overthink it. Just from here, you're going to naturally cover up. Let them hit the backside if they get through, not the soft side. Don't let them cut anything there. And again, don't overthink it. Just in this position, this fighting position for self-defense. From here, slicing, 1. From your shoulder and straight out. And notice that I'm keeping it super tight here in the body and not out here from the side. Stay tuned to the end because we have another, what's today, Monday? We have another daily shillelagh. And then that's not what I was going to tell you about, Emmett. I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. Something my trainer, I had a personal training session this week, and she beat me up. She kicked my bum, and I loved it because I think it has nothing to do with gender or anything, right? I think working out with a coach who knows more than you do, who's better trained, and she's in better shape. She knows more than I do, and she's a professional bodybuilder kind of. I think they call it shape model now, but from the old days. Definitely knows her stuff. And she put me through a workout that just wore me out. I'm still feeling it. I love that. That's why I think, Michael Jordan always had coaches. Who are the golfers? Rory McIlroy, who lives just down the street. Rory McIlroy, the Irish golfer who's winning so much these days, he's got coaches. We all have coaches. At the highest level, you need a coach. So from here, slicing, and then from here, slicing. From 1, 2. But you know what she said to me, Emmett, and I think you'll appreciate this. She's Scottish. She's from Scotland too. And she said, I'd done some squats, and then she put me on the leg slide machine. She keeps putting 45s on the side. And she said something, you're a strong guy, whatever. And she said, but are you familiar with the term Jesse? I said, no, I'm not. From here, coming across the body, across the body. She's not a politically correct kind of person. She knows how to motivate, and she got my number right from the start. She said, Jesse, you know, it's kind of like a big guy, but he's not really strong. He's just kind of big and sloppy, and he thinks he's strong, but he's kind of a wimp. And I said, what are you saying? And she's like, I'm just saying you could be pushing a lot more weight. You could be going a little bit faster, taking less rest, talking less, pushing more weight. Got it like that, right? Don't be a Jesse. She was saying, she said, you ever go to Europe, don't go, you talk to the British, talk to the Irish, a Scot, and they say, don't be a Jesse. That's what they mean. It motivated me, right? It got me moving that weight up and down, and that's why I'm so sore today. But that's a sign of a good workout. Up, and then through and back. We're gonna do, yes, don't be a Jesse. Come through, 2, bring it up, 3, 4, and then straight down the middle. I want you to do those 5, 6, 7 strikes first with the right hand, right foot forward. The weapon between you and the threat. Put the weapon between you and the knife. The stick doesn't bleed. You've got the reach advantage. From here, strike 1, 2, that makes an X down, 3, 4 comes up, 5, 6, 7. On today's daily shillelagh, I'm going to put that at the end. The daily shillelagh comes from Irish stick fighting technique. We're doing what we did last time. We're going to add a new one. Make a combination. 3-strike combo, daily shillelagh at the end. Switch your feet, left foot forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this Irish stick fighting makes a lot of sense to me because it matches so well with this weapon. Matches so well with the weapon. Good morning. Yeah, Christmas was great. Hope it was great for everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight down the middle. Christmas makes me grateful to be alive. I think of that every year. So Christmas puts me in an attitude of gratitude. A great way to start the new year. Start every morning thankful for everything you have instead of thinking about what you don't have. So from here, 1. That's why I like Christmas so much. 3, 4, 5, 6. The message of Christ, forgiveness and all that. But it's all about, for me, thinking about what you've got instead of what you don't have and what you might be missing out on. All right. So, yeah. I'm just digesting that. I'm just thinking about that. Switch your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My point about the personal training too is that you should find a coach. Find a coach for every aspect of your life that you really want to invest in. And it doesn't have to be a paid coach. I'll teach you how to do everything that I know for free on this channel. So it could be an online coach, could be an in-person coach. Read more books, the drill, you got to do all that stuff. All right, we're going to turn the cane around and use it hook facing out for the second set of strikes. But first, I want you to get stronger. And to get stronger, we're going to do another leg workout. But here, I'm going to turn it into kicks. I'm going to drop the camera a little so you can see my feet. Because I want you to think of like close quarters combat, right? Close quarters combat. Your cane isn't there fast enough. They've surprised you. You never want to get stuck on technique. You should always have the idea of principles. Principles of self-defense. Number 1, situational awareness, what's happening while it's happening. But number 2, getting in a better position when you can, as fast as you can. And number 3, striking the targets, to remove or destroy the targets, to stop them with stopping power, whatever the technique is. And sometimes it might be that they're closing so fast here, their hands coming here, you need to throw a quick foot just to check their foot, either with that checking kick from here, the pendulum kick, so many people call it, 45-degree angle kick. We always call it a check. Just checking them, boom. And if you've ever done this, I've done this in practice, lots of practice, right? You have the guy throw the punch and you kind of offset and he goes flying to the ground, face first. And as he goes by, maybe you assist him to the ground a little bit faster with a punch or a palm strike or an elbow. But it's just basically they're coming in, this kind of kick or a front kick. You can even turn and do a side kick. or maybe they're rushing in this way, you're gonna side kick. Basic techniques. Maybe you'll never use it, but practicing it will make your legs a lot stronger and lean your body out faster. So put the cane in your right hand, put your weight on the cane, and you're gonna lift your knee, and the purpose of the kick is just to lift. Yes, great rule, great rule. From here, just kick with the right, kick with the left. Don't be lazy with this hand. Get it in the guard. 1, 2, 1. And am I doing perfect kicks? No. Do I want you to do perfect kicks? I don't care. Just get your knee up, get your heart rate up, start to lean out faster, over and over, 30 seconds. Throw in a set of low kicks and keep them low. You're not trying to go to the Olympics in Taekwondo and be a foot fencer, whatever it is turned into these days, but just get the heart rate up. Start to build muscle in the legs. Allow yourself to do something maybe you can't do as well because you're leaning on your cane. That's all you're doing. You might not ever use it. It might not be something that works for you in self-defense, but if you do it in practice, it's gonna make you healthier. Just like a boxer jumping rope. Doesn't take the rope into the ring. The boxer jumps the rope in practice to condition the body. You might not ever kick in self-defense, but maybe you kick to get your body ready for when you need it. You can condition the body. Now from here, I'm gonna twist the wrist up. I'm gonna bend the elbow as I twist the wrist up. The elbow is gonna come up. So I'm moving this long lever. That's a powerful technique. And then I'm increasing the rate of speed of that I just smashed my hand. Self-defense coming up by turning here and turning here. From here, it just comes to the middle of the body. Think of the middle of the legs, lifting them, literally lifting them off the ground, crushing all of that flesh that's between their legs into their pelvic bone. That's right there. We're gonna say that's the midsection, whatever that's called, right? The middle of the body. From here, just as fast and as powerful as you can. 30 seconds. Switch sides, 30 seconds. Try to respond quickly. If you don't have a target to hit, do it in the air. Just over and over again. You want to be doing it faster and faster so that it starts to really put pressure on your grip so that you get used to it in practice so that the guy really comes up in the real life, bam, you're able to do it without losing your cane. The second technique with the crook facing out, second strike. I want you to build a striking combination. 1 between the legs, that's the first one. 2 up and across the body. So go 1, 2, 1, 2. And the goal is between the body, across. Between the body, across. Awesome. Can't wait to get mine. 2. I think that's the same company that I looked at, is the Dairy Sticks. I know there's one in Wicklow, but it's a little bit more pricey. Maybe it's better quality, I don't know. From here, I'm on a budget due to the COVID. Slow down. 1, 2. So I gotta watch how I spend my money. Like we all do. I'm not complaining. So that's a 2-strike combo. And then I want you to add a 3rd strike. So from here, 1, 2, and then 3 is from up, coming back down. I know you can hear that. Very powerful. Think about why that's so powerful, why it's so loud. It's that whole, it's this long. It's not just from here to here. This lever is coming through, that is making it a much harder, faster, more powerful strike for self-defense. And again, they've got that knife. Let me grab the knife. Being a martial artist means picking things up with your toes. They've got that knife. You've got the length of, plus the length of your arm. As soon as you see that knife come out, it's coming out like this. You might not see it. They might know how to fight with a knife, and it might be, try to do it without sticking it in my, through my wrist. You wouldn't really, I guess you wouldn't do it. There we go. They're holding it like this, right? And they know how to slash and stab and slash, or it's this way, however it is, doesn't matter. What matters is you have the reach advantage. That knife comes out between the legs, across the face, back through. So practice 2, 3. 1, 2. Just make sure you commit. Full speed, full power, 30 seconds per combination, so that you get used to fighting in a way that you would in self-defense, for real. And then the same thing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Daily shillelagh. It's time for the daily shillelagh after this next set of kicks. Put your weight here. We did front kicks first. Put in the other hand, side kick. Side. Do you have to do a perfect side kick? No. Does it have to look like Master Fumio Demura or Gichi Furukoshi, or no? Just use the heel of your foot. Hopefully you're wearing shoes. Smash. Step into his ankle. He comes up here, grabs your wrist, smash. Or grabs this wrist, smash. Just to the side, to the side. Drive with the heel. Your glute is pushing. Pushing. Low and slow. That's all you have to do. Again, maybe you never use it for self-defense. Maybe it's just to get your body healthy and strong, so you have better endurance in your legs, flexibility in your legs, mobility in your legs, and what's the last one? Strength, flexibility. Oh, endurance. Did I say endurance already? That's 4 things that I think about: strength, flexibility, mobility, endurance. In your legs, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. If you want to, you can switch, or all of them. Look like Charlie Chaplin. I asked somebody last week, you know who Charlie Chaplin is? And they looked at me like, no. You can't ask anybody younger than 30 about who certain people. Groucho Marx. No, I asked them Groucho Marx. You know who Groucho Marx was? And they're like, I mean, no. Really? You know? And then I try to compare him. You know, well, Charlie Chaplin, right? No. Well, you know the Three Stooges, right? What are you talking about? They don't know. That's just funny to me. All right. So you did those. Let's talk about changing back to this position. Palm, hook facing back. Put the stick between you and the threat, and we're going to use the other hand for balance. Now, from this position, I can jab that straight through your throat or your face, and it's very effective. With 2 hands on it, I can come to the side. You can go to the other side. Doesn't matter. If this is the threat, smashing to the side, that other side, even down on top or up. Imagine taking this hook up between the legs, lifting them off the ground. See that bevel? This is why I like the Cane Masters Dojo training cane in oak. The link's below. Look at it. It's that bevel. It's still legal to carry, especially here in the States. But that between the legs, think of lifting them up, smashing them down. It's just a basic 2-handed technique, right? So with 2 hands, you're in this position. Here's your daily shillelagh. Similar to what we did last class. From here, you're gonna flick it out. Flick it out. And this is what I said. Older people, people with less mobility, less strength, this is a very powerful technique. And it's because of the speed of the technique, 1, and where you're striking. This is going right to their face, right? From here, this hard piece of wood, this bar of oak, smacking in the face, smacking in the face. Now don't stop here, but fully extend. Fully extend. And that's all it is. You're still in a guarded position. They can throw anything. They're in, what is it, Trinidad, Tobago maybe? Where they fight with sticks like this. And this is a very effective fighting style, using this stick, especially if they've got a knife, and all you have is this hard piece of oak, right? With the reach advantage. So you have 1, 2. Use this hand. This is bouncing it off. This is pushing it off. Thank you. We'll keep working. We'll work it until it doesn't sound funny anymore, and then we'll figure something else, or accurate. Daily shillelagh. Because I know Irish fighting sticks are not just shillelaghs, right? That's just like one style. But it's basically, if you think of a nice light stick with a club on one end, now you have an Irish fighting stick. And this is basically a technique that you can use with your walking cane, self-defense cane, combat cane, this Cane Master self-defense cane with a shillelagh or a Irish fighting technique, and getting it out of the realm. This is Kali, right? Kali martial arts. These techniques come more from the, think about combat cane or Hapkido cane, or more traditional techniques, and some from Kali or Eskrima, Arnis. But You know, part of my DNA anyway is Irish. So I'm European through and through. Nothing against being Asian or anything else. It's just that's who I am, and we all have an affinity for who we are, right? So, if you're Irish like Sensei Emmett, or you have some Irish DNA like I do, learn how to fight with some Irish techniques. Or you're just smart and you want to have every tool available for self-defense. Learn some Irish stick fighting. So 1, 2, and then you're gonna switch hands 3. Now the reason that I switch the hand is that from here, I have a lot of reach, right? From here, I have even more reach. By turning the shoulder, extending its reach and speed and power. And that's the hammer side. Think of that, it's a big knuckle right across their jaw. Now from there, you can rake them back. You can't do that with the shillelagh. It's just got the big fist on the end. This has got a fist that also has a claw. Think about that, talon, that eagle claw. Striking here, and you can rip them back. Strike here, grab it, and rip them back if you need 2 hands. And then smash them with the other side. We're gonna add the third technique for our daily shillelagh, Irish fighting style. The hands are here, you're behind your stick. Always fight behind your stick. 1, 2, 3, bring it back in, and then straight down the middle. Super simple, right? Always keep it simple when it comes to self-defense. From here, 1, 2, 3, and then that vertical strike, hard and fast, crushing everything you can for self-defense. So 1, 2, 3, smash. 1, 2, 3, smash. Think of the smash, think of that third strike as ending the fight for self-defense. That's your stopping power, right? They're coming at you, maybe they got that knife through the middle, and you can hear it in the fight. So practice on both sides. Right foot forward, the hook is on the right side, both hands on it. 1, this stops it so you can come faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch your feet, put in the left foot forward, hooks on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch back. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch back. Got to turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over and over and over again. And then final exercise. I forgot to bring it with me. Stay there. You're in level 4 or level 5. I'm going to cry the day someone comes on here. Maybe it's Sensei Emmett. Hopefully it's not you. Someone says, Emmett's got it bad at level 5. Brian Rose, he's level 4 over in London. Here in Ireland, we're at level 5. But here in sunny South California, where the sun kills the COVID every day, we're in level 7. I don't know, level 6. I'm mostly joking. Again, I'm mostly joking. They're making us wear our masks in our house and use Lysol for breath mints or breath deodorant. God forbid, right? All right, you're in a lockdown. That's the point. You're shut down, whether it makes sense or not. You can't control it. I can't control it. Got some bleach in my eye. I was bleaching the floor earlier. Yes. And for those of you who don't know the Doyle Method, there are multiple schools. Just like in Asia, there are multiple schools of Asian martial arts. There are multiple schools of Irish stick fighting and multiple methods. And the Doyle Method is probably one of the most famous. And you see it in a lot of different countries. And if you Google it or YouTube it, because YouTube is the second largest search engine. I was just thinking about censorship. Try to watch what I say. Anyway, but type in Doyle Method Irish stick fighting, and you'll learn fast. And again, I'm a novice. I'm a beginner like you. Go, learn the basics from me or with me. We'll say with me as a team, and go find the masters and learn the intricate details. But don't learn the intricate details and then get stuck on theory and philosophy in your head, and you never swing your stick. Good morning. You put it around your shoulders. Super simple. It's just a resistance band, an exercise band. I'll put the link below if you want to go, if you have access to Amazon. They sell these things like hotcakes now because everybody's shut down. But I wanted to show you a new way to use it. goes around your back, goes on your cane. Make sure the cane's in front, not the back. And you're just gonna press. And I want you to think time under tension and not reps. If we think reps, standing for repetitions, you do 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps. I want you instead to think about 30 seconds. 30 seconds and never resting here and never resting here. But out and back, building that quick twitch muscle fiber, density in the muscle, explosiveness, because I want you to explode in your techniques. I want you to have so much explosive power. I want you to have stopping power. And this is how you're going to get it. This is also going to wear you out faster, lean your body out. You're going to become fighting fit. And, and it's not like pretty looking muscles. It's not just to look good. It's to be able to do something with your muscles for self-defense. 30 seconds and then rest. Let me change the camera angle a little bit because I want you to see what I'm working on. Always love getting up close to my face. It's like, ooh, what was that? All right, and then, oh, by the way, I don't particularly like to watch myself on camera or in the mirror, but I've been doing it for over 30 years, right? That's what you do when you have martial arts school. If that's you, if you have something to share with the world and you could start a YouTube channel and start teaching people something that's of value to them, do it. And stop worrying about what you look like or sound like. They're not watching you because they want you to be pretty, right? They're watching you learn something. Remember, it's not for me, it's for you. That's what you have to say to yourself. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this to help somebody out, and they really don't care what I look like. Even if people make fun of you. If they make fun of you online, they're a loser. I have a longer way to say it, but we'll just stop at that. If someone goes out of their way to make fun of somebody else online, they're in a place in their life where they're losing. They're losing everything, right? So you're just going down and up, down and up. Nice. Squeezing your chest muscles. All right, Emmett, we're going to be following you, learning all the Irish stick fighting. Danny Doyle. I grew up with a kid named Danny Doyle. I should have asked him. I don't know where he is these days. As kids, we should have been fighting in the backyard. Me with my nunchucks and Danny with his shillelagh. Now, by pushing down, you're going to feel it in a different part of your triceps, the back of the arm, that makes your strike more effective. You're also going to feel it in your chest, in the lower part of your chest, almost like you were lying on a bench doing decline presses on a bar or a machine or dumbbells or whatever. And it's going to build power in the lower part of your pectoralis major or your pecs. Or maybe it's the binder, I don't know. I'm not a bodybuilder, nor am I. I used to be a personal trainer for a short while, and I remember taking the test, and you had to know all the muscles groups, but it was 100 years ago, and I wouldn't trust me. Listen to what I say, and then verify, right? Trust and then verify is the saying. In other words, when people say stuff, especially these days, there's so much false information out there. Use your own brain. Instead of just believing what you're told, believe what you see first, listen to people, and then if it doesn't make sense to you, keep looking for the answer. All right, you're going to go straight up for the third set. Straight up. And this is really burning now. I'm feeling it burn my triceps out. In fact, I'm going to bring my hands in a little bit more so I burn them out faster. And you're just going up. Keep those elbows in, don't pop them out. Build power. Ooh, I gotta let that rest. Power in the triceps, power in the chest, stopping power. You need stopping power for self-defense. Then I'm gonna take my arms through, slide the band down around my buttocks, the bottom of my bum, and I'm gonna sit back a little. When I sit back, my palms are gonna be facing the sky on the outside of the bum, and you're gonna bend and pull straight up. And you're gonna start to work on your biceps. Now, the biceps, not just to have pretty arms and be, like a millennial walking around with big arms and no legs or whatever, but so you can, you pull it. That's why boxers have such well-developed arms and shoulders. It's not just the punches, the snapback, bam. So you want that bicep, boom, knockout power, and then especially with your stick. Yeah, that's what makes this world so brilliant, so beautiful. There's 7.5 billion people, and there's 7.5 billion gifts every one of those people has. And the reason that we don't see 7.5 billion gifts, or even a fraction of that, usually it's because people get busy following or copying somebody else instead of, because they don't like, they believe the media that you're supposed to look a certain way, sound a certain way, have a certain skin color or tone or whatever. No, we're supposed to be different. And it's that difference that makes it so wonderful and beautiful. 30 seconds curling, and then the next set you're going to turn palms down, elbows in, and work the biceps and that muscle, that big muscle on the top of your forearm that holds and grips and slashes and stabs and jabs for self-defense. So you're going to work the forearms in and up. And again, it's just like the other one. You're not going to rest down. You're not going to rest up. It's going to be continuous motion. Push your hips back if you need more resistance. And then the last one of these for the biceps, you're going to have your hands together on the inside of the band. You're going to curl. And you're going to work on a well-developed, pretty bicep, but it's not about looks. It's about what can you do with those muscles. Knock somebody out for self-defense. Defend yourself for self-defense. Then, final exercise, you're going to put the band on the middle of your walking stick, your self-defense cane, your self-defense combat cane. And then the wider you spread your feet, the more resistance you'll have. The closer together, the less resistance you'll have. You're going to bring your hands in line with your hips. This is too wide. This will make you do this and put too much pressure on your shoulders. You want them here, and you want it to pull just to here. This is wrong because your elbows are higher than your shoulders. You want it in line with your shoulders or slightly under. And it's explosive. 1, 2, 3. You're going to do this for 30 seconds. A little squeeze at the top. Squeeze. And you're going to start to build power. And your posture is going to get better. You're going to get healthier, stronger. They grab your staff. You're not even going to have to do the spin and the jab, which I'll show you. But you're going to be able to just snap that back out of there. In fact, they probably won't even mess with you because of the way you carry yourself. Do another set of those. Feet wider if you need. Remember, hands in line here. And explosive. Hold. And burn yourself out with 30 seconds. Then, final set, I'm going to show you how to retain your cane, how to keep your fighting cane in your hand, how to stop them from grabbing your self-defense cane, get it back, or let them hold it while you smash them into the ground. We're going to talk about cane self-defense cane or cane self-defense retention, how to retain or hold on to your self-defense cane. From here, you're going to bring it to here and press straight up. Here and up. 1, 2. 1, 2. And you can hear by my Jesse voice, you hear the Jesse coming out of me as I start to press it up. It's hard, but it's really going to fire up those shoulders and give you the power to get somebody off of you. You got to be able to have stopping power, get off of me power, don't touch me power. You don't have to like me, but you can't touch me power. You need that kind of power. All right, now we haven't talked about all the different techniques. We spend hours and hours, especially if I keep getting off on these tangents. I'm holding it like this. He grabs in the middle, I'm going to turn. And the reason is, if you get in a pulling match with someone who's stronger, faster, younger, whatever, they're going to rip that out of your hands, and it's going to wear you out, right? It's going to shake your body. As soon as they pull, you're going to go with it, and you're going to push into them, allowing them not to have your cane because your hands aren't going to open. But because they're pulling, as they're coming into them, you're going to turn. And the reason you're going to turn is all of the effort is being spent coming this way by them, by the opponent, by your attacker. He's trying to rip it out. She's trying to rip it out of your hands. You're going to allow it to go in. You're going to turn. They're not going to see it coming, and they're also not going to be ready for that. You're turning from here, and you're going to strike straight down. From here, strike straight down. The reason you're striking straight down is because when they're here, now it's going to go into their face. You can go this way, or you can go this way. And that's all I want you to finish with on the practice. Push, turn, drive. Push, turn the other way, drive. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And notice that when I go, I'm not leaning, but my back is straight. Keep your back straight. Practice those. Share this with somebody. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.